What's up YouTube? Leon here, and today it's October, so let's do a new series. Let's call it Schlocktober. So what we're gonna do in Schlocktober, if you don't know what schlock is, let's look it up in the dictionary. Schlock is cheap, something inferior, or usually just something trashy. So in the case of movies, we usually use it for like things like B movies, zombie movies, really made on the cheap. Sometimes have like nude females to cater to a specific audience. And for Schlocktober, I'm gonna do that with games. And as you can see on the screen right now, the first game I'm gonna do is Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus, which is a game that I personally hold very close to me. I really like this game. And for Schlocktober, what we're gonna try to find out is if these games are good schlock. We'll have like a good schlock category, and ones that are bad, just not worth your time or anything. But I'm gonna start off with this one. I know for a fact that this game is amazing, and I think is still really good. I think this series, the Senran Kagura series, has kind of changed a lot. It's becoming less of a schlocky thing and more of like a AAA fan servicey thing. Maybe that's a little bit too far in a direction, but I feel that that's what it's become these days. So let's just go ahead and play some of this game. It's a hack and slash, kind of closer to something like Dynasty Warriors, except with anime girls with balloons in their shirts. You're gonna see when I start playing. So it's half a visual novel. We get these segments here telling the story of Senran Kagura. This is the Hebijo arc, which means it's the evil arc. I'm playing as the evil shinobis in the world. And it's half a visual novel, so a lot of the story is actually important, and it's not just the plot memes that you always see. And with these two, there's a lot of sexual tension. Whatever, let's skip it. Let's just go straight to the gameplay, which is the most important part. The reason why I chose Senran Kagura for the first one is the first part is that I still think this game is great. It's a really good game, and that's also compared to the rest of the games in the series. The reason why I feel like this game is amazing is because of the very loose combat. It's super loose, and I love that about this game. You can do like crazy stuff in this game, especially with quick characters, like the one I'm playing right now, Emu. If you've played the ones on the PS4, like Estival Versus or something like that, their combat systems, they really don't flow very well into each other, at least for having a lot of fun like this game is. Oh, let's do one of the things that this game really likes. Let's just do it real quick. If that's not schlock, I don't know what is. What was I saying? Something about gameplay? Yeah, the later ones in the series change up the way the combat flows. And if you want more of an idea, you can go ahead and watch my older video on Senran Kagura. I do really enjoy the series for what it is. It's very schlocky. Right, let's do our first boss fight, I think. This game was also made for the Vita in mind. This is a Vita game only game, and it came out on Steam. And it's pretty fantastic. It still is really good. If I remember how to do things. My characters are super low level, so I don't have a lot of, don't have too many options yet. Oh, we get another transformation. I'm rusty, so if it looks like I'm not doing anything cool, I'm not doing anything cool. I'm trying to figure out what lock on is. What's lock on? Left trigger. Okay, cool. Yeah, very this game wants you to do air combos and stuff. It makes you want to feel like a super strong ninja girl. None of that connected. You gotta be kidding. I'm not making this game look good, that's for sure. Alright, so now we're playing as Murasaki, another I feel like every ninja is like kinda cool in this game, in a sense. Cool with quotes, right? Oh yeah, so there's a system in this game. If we go look over here in progress, you see Flash, Yin and Yang and Yin. Every character has individual levels, and that's how you get different skills, which are over here. Usually making the character better, longer combos and stuff. The way you level these up is by what state your ninja is in. Flash is non-transformed, defeating enemies while you're not transformed levels that up. Yang is transformed, so while you're transformed, you level that up. And Yin is Berserk. Is it Berserk mode? I don't know what it's called in this game. You're pretty much at the start of a level. You choose to go to Berserk mode, and you take like double damage, but you also do like double damage. Risk and reward kind of thing. It just sucks that you have to choose at the beginning of a level. You can't just go to Berserk mode whenever you want. Yeah, you're pretty limited in when you're like really low level. So. Let's skip the transformations. We've seen it. We've already seen it. Let's see Murasaki's transformation. Yeah, for a Vita game, this has a lot of polygons. For a Vita game, a lot of polygons in this game. Okay, let's do some supers. There's actually an option to turn off super animations, which I have off. They take too long to do. They would do like an intro cinematic for each super, and it just takes a long time. They're cool the first time, but I'm not gonna let you guys sit through that. You see it like all the time, and I'd rather have the super come out. Let's go kill her with the ultimate. Oh, I got paralyzed. Wake up. I can't block in super. Come on. Okay, she did that. Man, it's been a while since I played this game. So yeah, here in the settings we can actually go and check out these ones. So I still have the transformation scenes on just because they're kind of cool, and I can just skip them. This is the super one I was talking about, and torn clothing scenes. Let's turn that on for right now. Let's just take a look at it. Take a look at it. Alright, so we're coming up on my favorite characters, is the sisters in this game. These two are trying to join Hebijo because of other things that you find out in the other games about these characters. And again, I think I've said it before, but the story is actually pretty decent. A little bit dark for the subject matter, or the things that we're looking at right now. But yeah, I personally think the stories are really good. And this is not even a mainline Senran Kagura, this is a spin-off. Okay, we're playing as the resident tsundere, our favorite Ryobi. I know she's a fan favorite. Everyone's a fan favorite. I said before. That's really fun. Okay, let me show you why she's a fan favorite. Man, is this okay for YouTube? I don't know if this is okay for YouTube. I don't think they like this kind of stuff though. There's gonna be a whole lot of YouTube not liking stuff that I'm making this month. And I want to say why I chose this game and not the other ones. The new one, Burst Renewal, was a remake of the very first game on the DS, or 3DS. And I think the money they put into it is a little bit way too high for like a schlocky game. And the polish in that game is really nice too, so it's hard to put that game in the schlocky category like this one. I feel like they didn't really have that much money when making Shinobi Versus in comparison. I don't know, it's a weird way of thinking, I know, but it's just like, I don't think the new one is the best representation of something schlocky when this one is. Another odd thing about the series is the creator of Senran Kagura is running his own studio now. He left Marvelous to do his own thing, so the actual series is in a weird spot. They might just be guest characters all the time in new Marvelous games, instead of us getting like an actual new Senran Kagura game, which is kind of unfortunate. But we'll see what happens. Alright, so we're fighting the boss with the clothing option on. Let's see what happens. Okay. That's classic Senran Kagura stuff happening. It's happening. Okay, we've seen it. No, we can't even get like an air combo started. We can't get an air combo started. Is it? I think it's too low poly for YouTube. They won't notice. It's too low poly for YouTube. But yeah, that was Senran Kagura. There isn't actually that much to say about this series. It is very schlocky. It knows what it wants to be. But the surprising thing is the gameplay is actually still really fun. I'm enjoying myself. Really enjoying myself playing this again. But yeah, this is a recommended one. Very much recommended for anyone looking for this very specific type of thing. If you're looking for a warrior style game that's really bite-sized, you don't have to commit like a 30-minute level to. Senran Kagura is really hits that spot, I think. Alright, next game. I'm tired of this. So the second game on this list of Schlocktober stuff, Schlock, I didn't say shock, Schlock, is SGZH. It's abbreviation for Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter. So let's go ahead and let's play it, and I'll tell you if it's good or bad. Alright, we got some story happening in the Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter universe. The drama. So this is pretty much exactly like those B-movie things I was talking about in the other episode. This is pretty much a B-movie, right? Schoolgirls fighting off zombies. High School of the Dead. Except it's only girls. Skip this. Let's just start shooting zombies. Yeah, here's the game. And you want my opinion on it? It's a game. It's a game, alright. Is it a good game? And I would have to say it's a very generic game. Unlike Senran Kagura, this is how do I reload? Like Senran Kagura, this is very just kind of boring. I already spent like a few hours playing it, and I don't even remember if I beat this game. But it's just very average. It doesn't necessarily feel that bad to play, but it also doesn't feel that good to play. It doesn't feel that good to shoot zombies. There's like different zombie types, but they all kind of just do certain things. Red zombies run at you. Green zombies blow up when they die. And I think like orange zombies also blow up when they die, so I'm not sure the differences. I think green ones poison you as well. Hey, I got a uniform. That's kind of neat. I think each one of the characters has their own passive ability that they have. But it's not like that game changing. I think this character could run really fast or something. Another character can locate secrets. Just overall, it's just kind of whatever. It's not really anything that special. I much rather have people play like EDF than this game. Even if you're a really big fan of like fan servicey stuff, this still doesn't really do much. It really doesn't do much. It's just very okay, pretty mediocre, and I think that's worse than being like bad, in a sense. So if I would have to categorize this game just by like my experience with it, it's gonna be very whatever. And because of that, I'm gonna have to put this in like the bad schlock category. It's not that great. Certain zombie types are really annoying to deal with. Like these red zombies, god damn, they're annoying. They can just run at you. And you don't really have too many options besides melee to deal with them. There's like a co-op mode for online, but good luck getting people to play with you in this game. Who wants to play this game? And it just doesn't really feel that great to shoot things. I'm already out of healing. There's like a weird mechanic where you throw your clothes and they like get attracted to it or something. These red zombies are like the worst thing in this game. You're like forced to kill them. I think another thing is the zombies aren't really that scary. If they're not gonna make them scary, why not make them like funny or something? They're not that funny. I did it. Just constantly spawning enemies, isn't that fun? And because the game's kind of going for like a semi-realistic look, the fan service is a little bit creepy. As in like, they're kind of like weird mannequins. Weird mannequin characters. Let's try to talk about some of the better stuff in this game. So these side missions, you just kind of do a specific thing. Like this one, we gotta snipe some zombies to protect our friend, the other girl. And even the side stuff isn't that great, right? As you can see, I'm playing this on a controller, so if it looks like I'm aiming really poorly, that's because I am. Yeah, honestly, there isn't really too much to talk about this game. I know there's boss fights, and they're not much better. It just seems more like a game to constantly annoy you, rather than it being something that's fun to play. Again, I'd much rather have you guys play EDF, which is a much better game. Bullets have travel in this game? Maybe like a little bit. Why she got hit? I don't know. Maya, whatever her name is. Maya. So over here we have a character custom equip stuff. You get to equip them with different things. Hey, look, model viewer. You know, you need to have one of those. I know we have like a new outfit. Winter. Pretty neat. So I think another thing why I'm fairly disappointed for this game is it has the premise, which is this EDF with zombies in a school, and it sounds like a really cool, neat idea, but it's just so like boring. There isn't just much here. There isn't any neat mechanics or anything like that. Everything's so standard. It's just nothing is here to really keep you hooked and keep you playing. It's just whatever. It's pretty whatever. You can't catch me, zombies. Oh yeah, here's another zombie type. They just crawl. That's all they do. That's as interesting as you're gonna get it. They crawl and they're fast. And they got weird head things. That's kind of neat. Yeah, okay, so still don't think this game is something worth your time. I would very much suggest you just get any EDF game over this. If you want something fun to play with friends, and something that's just exciting. This isn't it. This is not it. Sorry about that. What's up, YouTube? Leon here, and we're continuing our Schlocktober adventures with BulletGirls Phantasia, which is a franchise in Japan called BulletGirls. This is the third game, I think, in their franchise. BulletGirls 1 and 2 being Vita exclusive, and Phantasia coming to PS4 and on Steam. So we're playing the Steam version. Let's go ahead and check it out. This is also another third-person shooter from the one before, which was also a third-person shooter, and it's kind of like a running gag that all these schlocky games are third-person shooters. But I do think this one is a little bit more special than the one previous to this. Let's just go ahead and jump in. Alright, so here's BulletGirls Phantasia in-game. Let's play it. And I do think this game is a lot better than the one we just played for different reasons. But let me remember how to play this game. It's been a long time since I played this game. But yeah, it's kind of like a horde kind of game. A lot of hordes of enemies and stuff. Hordes of orcs. So this one's gonna be a weird one because the other games in the franchise played similarly, but the things you fight are a lot different. In BulletGirls 1 and 2, it was mainly like airsoft guns and stuff. Like your rival schools and you shoot each other. And they're not like orcs or anything. This is the weird one in the list. Oh my god, there's a lot of enemies. In this one, it's more like a Dynasty Warriors type game where you're just shooting like hordes of enemies. It's a little different. This game also released on the Vita, and I think the Vita version has like terrible frame rates. That game just does not run very well on the Vita. And I believe it's the same for the PS4 version. It's like locked to 30 frames. And they finally made this game 60 FPS on the PC version. But what makes this game more fun than Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter? And that is pretty much how the game feels and the options you have at your disposal. So we have running attacks. You can do like a running kick. I think majority of characters have like a running kick or something. Shooting feels really punchy. There's weak spots on all the enemies. Like these guys have like a weak chest part that you just shoot them. Movement feels really good, like really good in this game. It's very weighty, I think is the right term for it. You can do like a running dodge like in Monster Hunter, the Superman dodge. I think you're fully invincible till the end. And this game has like a super meter. That's what it was. Okay, so it's a little bit of gauntlet in here. These are like monster generators that you have to blow up. Okay, how do I do super stuff? What was the button? How do I do supers? Okay, here's my super. Muso attack. Unlimited candy works. Okay, that one's not that interesting. I think that the majority of supers in this game aren't that interesting. Kind of shows its low budgetness on this game. So this game is following like the newer kind of trends. Oh my god, this the camera work. This game follows a little bit more newer trends, getting isekai'd. That's pretty much what happened to the main characters. They get isekai'd to this place, and they gotta survive. They gotta shoot up enemies and stuff. And they team up with their fantasy partners, and they just kill some orcs. That's pretty much the story. Alright, so while I showed you the gameplay, let's look at the customization that this game has. In this game, I think in all of the Bullet Girl games, that's pretty much like the thing with these games. The mechanic that the game's built on is just customizing your characters. And not in like dress-up sense, but in the sense of building a character to do a lot of damage or something. So of course you have the 3 weapons you can pick from. There's like these different types, all very self-explanatory. And then the oh my god, can they stop talking? It's messing up me talking. And then you have the fantasy weapons, but the fantasy weapons are kind of not that great, so we're gonna stick with the weapons I know. So you got the 3 weapons. Materials, which is passives that you can put on your characters. It's all pretty, again, self-explanatory. Again, abilities is like a skill tree thing. And every time I move on this menu, they keep talking, and I hate it. All you need to know is that it's a skill tree. And then you have the traditional character stuff. Clothes actually do stuff. It's like armor. That's all you need to know. Hat is head armor, and then these, the lingerie has actually different properties on them if you look at them. So if we go in here, and look at the one I have equipped, and then how do I look at it? Okay, so you can put a different perk on it. That's pretty much what it is, depending on the inner armor you choose. Again, it's all, you know, it's all catered to a specific audience, but building a character is pretty fun in this game. Let's go ahead and do like a boss fight. So actually, attacker and buddy, or your buddy actually has a different ability depending on what buddy you pick. So each character as a buddy has a secret passive. They don't even tell you in the game what the passive is, but I have to look it up. Each one has a different passive. I think one's reload speed, another one's like damage towards specific enemy. This one, I think it's you get like a lightning damage as a passive or something. I don't remember. But all I remember is she's like the best buddy to put. So I'm gonna keep her there. And let's go ahead and dispatch. There's a lot of like weird nuances in this game that make it really interesting and fun to play. Unlike that schoolgirl zombie hunter game, freaking boring ass stuff. Okay, so we got rocket launcher girl, but we're gonna switch to our shotgun. Because the shotgun in this game is really good. It's like the best weapon you can get. What's her running attack? I think everyone's running attack's the same. Oh, that's the duck button. Uh-huh. I forgot that was a thing in this game. Oh yeah, there's like a dodge shoot thing. So you can like dodge and shoot and it'll auto aim to the nearest enemy. It's like a really neat thing. Yeah, there's like weird movement mechanic things. So if I dodge and start shooting, it just auto aims to the nearest enemy. It's really neat. Oh, okay. Senran Kagura stuff's happening. Just ignore the Senran Kagura stuff for like 2 seconds. Alright, let's see our super. What is it? Panzer Vor! Girls in Panzer! Okay, that's a pretty cool super, right? Not bad. Oh, and then we get to keep a tank? Can I ride it? Oh, I could ride it! I didn't even know you could do that. That's kind of cool. That's pretty neat. Oh, it won't let me. That's messed up. Just put the tank here. Oh, it's a boss. Get on. Oh, my tank blew up. Things are happening. Things are happening. Alright, so if I'm gonna make like good and bad stuff for this game, I'm already gonna put this game in the good category, good schlock. Especially if you're looking for this type of thing. There's a lot of deeper custom mechanics and stuff, which makes it really fun and interesting. But let's talk about the bad things. From what I remember, this game is super grindy when you're doing these special missions. There's certain drops that can only be found in certain missions, and you have to look up a guide for it to know exactly what missions you need to go to and farm. Mainly, the difficulty only comes from just getting one shot on the hardest difficulty. And you're just trying to prevent that, usually. It's not really that fun when you're towards the end of the game, when you just want to get better stuff for your characters. You can easily just beat the game without worrying about like all the crazy endgame stuff or post-game stuff. But to get the most out of the game, I guess that's what you're going to be doing. Outside of that, I think the game is still pretty fun. Compared to the other games in the series like BulletGirls 1 and 2, I think the focus is a little bit different and a little lost in this version of the game. And I enjoyed the game more from what I remember on the Vita as like a school rivalry thing rather than a Muso-y grind game. But that's not to say this game is bad, it's just in comparison to 1 and 2. this game isn't that great. It's more of like something that was put together really fast, and they wanted to make the series go in a different direction, which again I don't personally agree with, but it's not a terrible game, and this is the only one we have on Steam, so I guess it's all right. And it's not a bad game. It's very polished. You can tell there's a lot of care put into the game and stuff. The animations are still great. The cool dodge and shoot is still really cool. And let's see this character's Muso before we end this video. What is it? Kill him with a kunai. Pretty sick. This game is some good schlock. And I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a game like this. If you know what I mean. Alright, let's go to the next game.